The picture frame in the hallway tilted again. I straightened it. Our smiles stared back at me, frozen in time. Fake. Late again. I asked when Emily walked through the door at 10:42 p.m. She didn't look at me. Work ran over. Again. You know how it is, do I asked, too quietly for her to hear. She dropped her bag by the stairs and walked into the kitchen. I followed. Her perfume was different, sweet, not the vanilla one I gave her for Christmas. I leaned against the counter. You've been wearing something new. She turned, blinked. Huh, the perfume. It's not yours. She hesitated. It's a sample from work, a client's brand. I liked it. I nodded, lips tight. Right. We stood there, silent. She busied herself with something that didn't need doing, washing an already clean mug. How's the Anderson project? I asked, watching her too closely. It's fine. That's all she said. 3 words. Fine. I used to get full stories. Now I got crumbs. Noah came in, rubbing his eyes. Mom, he mumbled. Why were you gone so long? Emily crouched. Work stuff, baby, he frowned. You missed movie night again. I'll make it up to you, I promise. She kissed his forehead. He didn't smile, just looked at me. Why is she always on her phone now? My stomach twisted. I put a hand on his shoulder. Let's get you to bed, bud. He nodded. Quiet in his room. He crawled under the covers without another word. I sat on the edge of his bed. You okay? I asked. He looked at the ceiling. She was smiling at her phone earlier. Like, not a normal smile. My throat went dry. People smile at stuff sometimes. Not like that, he whispered. Sat there long after he fell asleep, the words echoing in my head. Not like that. Emily came in later. I pretended to be asleep. She didn't kiss me goodnight, didn't touch me. I stared at the ceiling. The cracks in our bedroom paint reminded me of our conversations fine from far away, broken up close. Around 2 a.m., I slipped out of bed. Her phone wasn't on the nightstand. Of course. Downstairs, I sat in the dark, staring out the window. The driveway was empty, her car parked crooked. She never used to park like that. I looked around the quiet kitchen, her mug still in the sink. The light above it flickered, humming like it knew something I didn't. I opened my phone and scrolled through old texts from her. Miss you, can't wait to be home. Love you, always. Then I scrolled to the last week, mostly one-word replies. Sure busy, hey, I whispered to the dark. Where did you go, Emily? The silence answered. The next morning, I watched her brush her hair in front of the mirror. She didn't look like the woman I married. She looked, removed, edited, like someone had airbrushed the warmth right off her. Can I ask you something? I said. She paused. Of course. Are we okay? She met my eyes in the mirror. Why wouldn't we be? You're distant. I'm tired. I'm not stupid. That made her turn around. Excuse me. I said I'm not stupid. I see you. You're gone even when you're home. Daniel, don't start this again. Again, this is new. No, it's not. You've been. It's suspicious ever since I started working later. Because something's changed. She threw her brush on the bed. God, you always do this. I come home tired, and you interrogate me. I'm your husband and I'm your wife. Not, you're a prisoner. Then act like my wife. Silence. Her eyes filled, but not with guilt, just rage, or fear, or maybe both. I don't have time for this, she snapped, grabbing her keys. Who is he? I asked before I could stop myself. She froze at the door. She didn't answer, she left. I stood there shaking. The photo in the hallway stared back at me again, and this time, I didn't fix the frame. Asterisk, I was fixing coffee when Noah walked into the kitchen holding something behind his back. Dad, he said, eyes nervous. Can I show you something? I nodded slowly. Yeah, what is it? He pulled out Emily's old phone, the one she told me was broken. I found this in her closet under a pile of clothes. It still works. My blood went cold. You went through her stuff. She was yelling at someone on the phone yesterday when I walked by her room. Then she got quiet when she saw me. He handed the phone to me like it was radioactive. I didn't look, just turned it on. I took it, my hands already sweating. Thanks, buddy. Go finish breakfast. Dad, he hesitated. Please, don't cry. That's when I knew. Alone? I opened the phone. No passcode, just a black screen that lit up with 100 notifications. Most were from a contact saved as J. My heart punched my ribs. I opened the gallery. My thumb trembled. The first video auto-played. Emily, laughing, sitting on our kitchen counter. Her legs around his waist. A man I didn't recognize. His voice low, his hands familiar, too familiar. They'd touched the same skin I kissed every night. Don't worry, she whispered in the video. He never suspects a thing. My lungs forgot how to breathe. The phone slipped from my hand and clattered onto the floor. I stared at the tile. My world cracked open like that screen. Everything felt loud. The hum of the fridge. My own heartbeat. The birds outside that didn't know my life just ended. Emily was in our bed, with another man. His voice, his body. And she smiled like it was the best part of her day. I picked the phone back up and kept scrolling. Texts, videos, selfies. In the bathroom. Voice notes that made my skin crawl. I wish I could wake up next to you every day. He's clueless. I just need a little more time. Our trip is still on, right? I told him it's a work retreat. Our trip. What trip? I couldn't stop shaking. Noah peeked in, Dad. I wiped my face. Didn't even realize I was crying. Is it bad? He asked. I nodded. Yeah, it's bad. He sat next to me. You're not going to yell at her, right? I don't know yet. He looked down. I heard her say she wished she didn't have a family. I flinched. She said that. He nodded, voice small. To someone on the phone last week. Silence wrapped around us like barbed wire. I finally stood up. I need you to be strong, Noah. Can you do that for me? He nodded fast. I put the phone in my pocket. I didn't know what I was going to do yet, but I knew this. She would never see me coming. Asterisk, I waited until Noah left for school. I couldn't risk him hearing what I was about to say. Emily came down. The stairs, makeup, perfect, smile, fake. You're up early, she said. Couldn't sleep, I replied, sipping cold coffee. She grabbed her purse from the table. I've got that big pitch at 10. I won't be back until cancel it. She blinked. What? Sit down, Emily. Her smile cracked just slightly. Daniel, I don't have time for whatever this is. You'll make time. Sit down. She slowly put the purse back on the table. What's going on? I reached into my pocket and slid the phone across the table. Her old phone. She stared at it, then looked at me. Her throat moved as she swallowed. Where did you get that? Noah found it. She flinched. He had no right. No, I snapped. You had no right. Silence. Her hands trembled. It's not what you think. Oh, then, I didn't watch you ride some guy in our bed. She gasped. Keep your voice down. Why? Afraid the neighbors will find out how many lies you're juggling. Daniel, I swear, I didn't mean for this to happen. I laughed, loud and bitter. You don't accidentally cheat on your husband for 3 months? 6 weeks? She mumbled. I slammed my palm on the table. You're seriously correcting me? Tears welled up. I was lonely. Daniel, you stopped looking at me like I mattered. No, I stopped looking at you like a prize because you turned into a stranger. You lied to me. You lied to our son. I was unhappy. Then talk to me. You don't crawl into someone else's bed because you're bored. I felt alive with Jason. The name stung like acid. Jason, I repeated, voice shaking. He have a last name. She looked away. Where'd you meet him? Work. She didn't answer. I nodded. So the work trip next month, that's not real, is it? She flinched. I saved the videos, by the way, and the messages. All of it. Why? Would you do that? Insurance. In case you try to lie your way through this again. She wiped her eyes. I never wanted to hurt you. You didn't just hurt me, Emily. You gutted me. You made our son question if he was enough. I didn't know he knew of. Course he knew. Kids always know. She sat down finally, her body folding in on itself. I don't know what to do now. I looked at her, really looked at her. This woman I built a life with. The woman who used to call me her safe place. I don't either, I whispered. Do you want a divorce? She asked, voice hollow. I want the truth. Every bit. Right now. She looked up, eyes broken. Jason and I were planning to leave. After the pitch next month, we were going to start over. With my family left in the ashes. She didn't respond. I stood. Get your things. Go to a hotel. I want you out of this house by tonight. Her lips parted, but no words came. Not doing this dance. Emily, you made your choice. Now I'm making mine. She finally nodded, tears slipping down her face as she walked out of the kitchen. I picked up the photo frame from the hallway and threw it into the trash. It didn't belong on the wall anymore. Emily was gone by nightfall. She left while Noah was at soccer practice, packed 2 bags, and slipped out without saying goodbye. No note, no explanation. Just silence where her lies used to live. I sat on the edge of our bed, my bed now with that same old picture frame in my lap. The glass was cracked from earlier, but I hadn't thrown it away yet. I stared at it like it might apologize. Noah came in quietly, his voice smaller than usual. Where's Mom? I didn't look up. She's staying somewhere else for up, while he stood in the doorway chewing on the sleeve of his hoodie. Because of that phone? I nodded. He sat next to me so. It's real. She was really with someone else. I couldn't protect him anymore. Yeah, she was. He was quiet for a long time. Then, was it because of me? I dropped the frame. No, never. This has nothing to do with you. But she said I'm always in the way. That knife twisted deep. She said that to you. He shrugged. She was mad. Said I make things harder for her and Jason. I didn't breathe for a full 5 seconds. Jason, I repeated. So she brought him into your world too. He nodded, my fingers curled into fists. I'm so sorry, Noah. I should have seen this sooner. He leaned against me. I don't want her to come back. That sentence hurt more than anything, because I agreed. I don't know what happens next, I said, but I promise you this. We're going to be okay. You and me. Noah didn't say anything, but I felt his head nod against my shoulder. Later that night, I opened my laptop and started going through old photos. Birthdays, vacations, even our wedding day. In every picture, she was smiling like she had secrets. And maybe she did. Maybe the Emily I married was already halfway out the door. I opened my email and typed her name. Subject: custody and separation. I want this in writing. I want space. I want to protect Noah. You had your affair. Now live with it. I hovered over send for a full minute. Then I hit the key. No shaking, no tears. Just stillness. Outside. The wind knocked against the window like it was trying to come in. I didn't let it. I locked everything. Doors, windows, heart. That night, I dreamed of fire, of burning all her letters and watching her name turn to ash. Maybe, soon, I would. Asterisk, I didn't expect the doorbell. I hadn't answered it in days. But when I opened it, I saw Rebecca, Emily's sister, standing there with a half-wrecked expression and 2 grocery bags. Thought you could use a meal that didn't come in a box, she said softly. I stepped aside. You heard? She nodded. Walking in, Emily called me crying last night. Did she mention why she's living in a hotel instead of here? She said you blew things out of proportion? Rebecca dropped the bags on the counter. Then I checked her Instagram. She deleted every post with you in it. Even Noah. I blinked. She what? Rebecca looked me dead in the eyes. I'm not here to defend her. I'm here because I'm disgusted. She pulled out a phone and shoved it toward me. A photo glowed on the screen. Jason holding a champagne glass, arm wrapped around my wife, their faces inches apart. Who is he? I asked. He used to work with me. In marketing? He got fired last year for harassing an intern. My stomach dropped. She's with him now. Rebecca nodded. She thinks she's in love. I stared at the screen. He looks like he wears cologne that smells like credit card debt and lies. Rebecca snorted. That's generous. I sat down. She introduced him to Noah. Can you believe that? Her face tightened. She what? He told me, said she brought him around like he was part of the family already. Rebecca shook her head. Emily's spiraling. Dan, she's not thinking straight. No, she's thinking selfish. Rebecca looked at me closely. What are you going to do? I took a deep breath. I'm filing for legal separation, custody, everything. She won't fight that. She can try. But I've got evidence. I've got messages, photos, timestamps. I've even got voice recordings. Her eyes widened. You recorded her? She left her old phone unlocked. I saved everything. I'm not playing nice anymore. Rebecca reached out and squeezed my shoulder. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve this. I know. I paused. But maybe this is what I needed to wake up. She gave a sad smile. Let me know if you need help. With Noah or anything. Thanks, I said. He's the only reason I haven't burned this house down. She grabbed her purse and stopped at the door. One more thing, Jason. He's married. I stood up. What? His wife messaged me. Said she found out last week. Emily's not just a cheater. She's someone else's affair partner. I laughed hollow and sharp. Guess they deserve each other. Rebecca gave a short nod. I'll be in touch. After she left, I sat at the table staring at my reflection in the window. Emily always said I was too soft, too forgiving. She's about to meet the side of me she never saw coming. Asterisk 3 days of silence. That's how long it took before Emily broke. She showed up at the door at 6:12 p.m. Makeup smudged, wearing the same wrinkled blouse from God knows when. Noah was in his room. I made sure he stayed there. Daniel, she said, voice thin. We need to talk. I folded my arms. Now you want to talk? Please. I lost my job. I blinked. Good. Her lips parted like she didn't expect that. HR called me in this morning. They found out about Jason. I tilted my head. What exactly did they find out? That you were screwing a former employee with a harassment record? Or that you used company retreats for your little sleepovers? Both. I let out a breath through my nose. Karma's punctual these days. She took a shaky step forward. I didn't think it would get this bad. Really? You thought you'd cheat, lie, and walk into a new life with some sleazebag and not lose anything? I thought Jason had my back. I laughed. Jason has his back. That's about it. She looked down. He ghosted me. Of course he did. His wife posted the screenshots. Emily, your texts. His lies. It's all over Facebook. She looked up, eyes wide. What? Rebecca sent me the screenshots. You're the villain. Now. Not me. Not even him. Just you. Emily blinked rapidly. They're calling me homewrecker whore. Slut. Words hurt, don't they? I leaned in. Welcome to the fire you started. Her voice cracked. I just want to see Noah. He doesn't want to see you. Tears streamed freely now. Please, Daniel? No. My voice was iced. You don't get to break this family and then waltz back in like it was a mistake. It was a choice. She sat down on the porch step like her knees gave out. I have nothing left. I shrugged. You had everything. You lit the match yourself. I miss him. I stepped inside and closed the door without answering. Noah was standing in the hallway, quiet. He'd heard it all. She'd gone. He'd asked for now. He nodded and turned back to his room. Good. An hour later, Rebecca texted. Jason's wife posted the video. It's viral now. Emily's tagged. Comments are brutal. I stared at the screen. Good. For once, I didn't feel guilt. I didn't feel sorry. I just felt clean that night. I slept without waking up once. Asterisk it had been 2 weeks since Emily last showed up. Noah laughed again. Not a lot, but it happened. He asked me if I wanted to watch that dumb sci-fi movie he used to love. I said yes, even though I hate it. We were healing. Quietly. That's when the envelope came. No return address. Just my name written and slanted. Handwriting I hadn't seen in years. Not Emily's. I opened it in the kitchen while Noah was upstairs. Inside was a folded letter and a photo. The letter was from Sabrina, Jason's wife. Daniel, I figured you deserved the truth before. Emily tries to twist it again. Jason and Emily have been seeing each other for almost 3 years. He told me it started before your father died. She said she was done with you back then, that she was staying for the house, the income, and your son. Thought you'd want to know? I froze. 3 years. The photo was of the two of them. Same hotel I'd seen on our credit card statements a dozen times. Same cheap necklace I once bought her that she said she lost. Noah came down halfway through my blank stare. Everything. Okay, he asked. I nodded too fast. Yeah, just junk. I shoved the letter into a drawer, not because I wanted to protect Emily, but because Noah deserved peace. He deserved a dad who wasn't always unraveling. That night, I sat on the porch with a whiskey I hadn't touched in months. 3 years. All those fake anniversaries, fake holidays, fake kisses. But weirdly, I didn't cry, maybe because the fire had already burned everything down. Now there was just ash. Cold, still, quiet. That was when Rebecca called. She's moving out of state, she said without hello. What? Emily said she needs to start fresh. With who? Jason's not in the picture. She's going alone. Sabrina's suing him. He's going broke. Your ex-wife is radioactive now. I didn't say anything, just stared into the yard. Hey, Rebecca added. You okay? I'm fine. Just tired of ghosts showing up in my mailbox. She paused. You're stronger than you were. I can hear it. I'm not stronger, I said. I'm just done. That night, I wrote my own letter. Emily, you don't get to write your version. Not to me. Not to our son. I don't care why you did what you did. I care that you destroyed a boy's trust and tried to blame the cracks on me. I hope wherever you go, you feel the echo of what you left behind. We're okay now, but you'll always be the reason we had to be. I didn't sign it. I just burned it in the backyard fire pit. Some words aren't meant to be sent. The papers came on a Tuesday. I signed them on a Wednesday. By Friday, I was legally free. Mr. Patel handed me the final document across the table with a small nod. It's done. I exhaled. The kind of breath that feels like it came from years. Go, thank you. She didn't contest anything, he added, not even custody. She gave it up. Said she wasn't in the right place to raise a teenager. I nodded. Of course she, WASN, single quotes T. Noah was waiting in the car, earbuds in, tapping his foot like it was just another school pickup. When I slid into the driver's seat, he looked up. So, that's it, I said. We're officially starting over. He smiled, just a little. Cool, but the universe never lets you walk out clean. That evening, she showed up again. Emily. Her eyes were red, lips trembling, but I didn't flinch. I didn't invite her in. I just wanted to say goodbye, she whispered. I leaned against the doorframe. You already did. You just didn't use words. She swallowed. You were always the better one. I was never better, just honest. Can I talk to Noah? I paused. Let me ask. Noah stood at the top of the stairs, arms crossed. Tell her I said no. I nodded. He's not ready. She wiped her eyes and stepped back. I messed up. I know. I didn't think it would feel like this. That's what happens when you break something real. Emily nodded. Then she did something I didn't expect. She handed me a small box. These are the letters I never sent. From the past year, before and after. Read them, or don't. Just keep them, or burn them. I needed you to know I still loved you. In some twisted, broken way. She turned and walked away without another word. I didn't open the box. I buried it in the attic next to the dead Christmas lights. That night, Noah asked if we could go somewhere this summer. Far. Like New City far. Yeah, I said. Let's find a place where no one knows our names. For the first time in months, we planned something together. No ghosts, no more pretending. No more fire, just clean air. And a future, a year later. We live in a city where no one knows our story. Noah turned 16 last month. He doesn't flinch when someone mentions mom in passing. He just shrugs and says, we don't really talk, then changes the subject. Sometimes I envy how fast he heals. Sometimes I'm proud he still remembers the hurt. That's how you stay smart. Our new apartment faces a tiny park with yellow benches and slow mornings. It's nothing like the house we left behind, but it doesn't carry any ghosts. Last week, I threw out the last of Emily's boxers. I never opened the letters. I didn't need to. What could she possibly say that would rewrite the silence she left behind? Noah asked me once if I hated her. No, I said, but I don't miss her. He nodded like that was enough. Last month, Rebecca texted, you hear about Emily? No. Fired from another job. Word followed her. She's struggling. She's still with Jason. He left. She's alone now. I didn't reply. Karma doesn't need an audience. It just needs time. But sometimes, on nights when the world goes too quiet, I wonder who she would have been if she hadn't chosen him. If she hadn't torn down the life we built, then I remind myself, she did choose him, and I chose peace. That's the difference. There's a new neighbor in our building. Her name's Lena. She offered to help carry groceries last week when Noah and I had way too many bags. She laughs easily, wears old band tees. Said she likes early morning runs and people who don't talk about their exes on the first coffee. I said, I can promise that. We had that coffee. It was just coffee, but it didn't taste like ashes. It tasted clean.